My grandpa had passed away, and he left me with his house. Now, this wasn't necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. I already had a house of my own, but it's always nice having an extra house, just for family or whatever. My grandpa was in no means rich, and the house was in no means nice. It was a very rundown shack in the middle of the woods. This house was built in the late 1700s, and it was originally used as a Boy Scouts camp. As far as I know, it was abandoned for many years after the 1700s. Then in the 1950s, my grandpa came across it and lived there. My grandpa was a proud hobo. He'd basically go from state to state finding little abandoned shacks like this one to live in, but he fell in love so much with this shack that he lived there for the rest of his life. Because of this, it would make me feel bad if I didn't purchase this shack and I just let it basically to get destroyed. The first time I went to the shack to just see what I was dealing with, it was a cold December day. As I approached the shack with my car, I heard something very weird and very unsettling. A loud Trippie Redd song was being played in the house. This was pretty unsettling, but what happened next was even scarier. So behind some boxes, I was looking for the source of the sound, the song, and I moved the boxes and I saw a really small crawl space opening. Now, I knew there was a crawl space here, but I never actually explored it, so I opened it, and it was actually full of just clothes. So I went around just looking at the clothes, and I flipped a t-shirt that was on the ground, very old, yellow at this point, not even white anymore, and a massive rat came out of it. I screamed. The rat was not just big as a rat, it was larger than most human beings. Now, the reason for the Trippie Redd song playing, only I can assume and guess why it started playing. This was the same with the rat. I have no idea how a rat could get that size. Possibly the most disturbing thing about the story, though, is when I looked into the rat's eyes. When it hopped out from beneath that shirt, it resembled my grandpa so much, almost too much.